There you go, and welcome. I want to be reading from Proverbs chapter 1 today. Oh, yeah, I'm alive. Cool, just checking. Alright. So, chapter 1. The Proverbs of Shemola, a son with regard for David. Doing goodness for who was reigned the ones in Israel, not of the mighty one of Aaron. For Israel to acknowledge wisdom, cultivating understanding, also of the words of the way of mindfulness, not only for the deviating to take up the circumspection of the words of the way, but also to give comprehension to the true justification of Israel, for the judgment of rectification. Looking at the word Proverbs, as a footnote saying, analysing Strong's 04912, or it could be 4912, depending which one or what version you're looking in. This term means ethical rules. So now, chapter 4. In order for the unclean one to become guileless, procure for the guileless astuteness for a child of Yahweh, recently born, the acknowledgement both of the sovereign of Israel and cogitation. For by heeding of these things of Yahweh, the wise shall become to the profession of Yahweh, Yehuphah, not against Yahweh, so he shall acquire intelligent guidance. To make Israel comprehend the verb, and the shaded word of the way, the saying of the wise one of Israel, and their enigmas. Verse 7. The first thing of wisdom is the dread of the mighty one of Aaron, or in brackets, Lightbringer, seen in 2 Moshe, chapter 32. But the recognition of Yahweh is goodness for everyone, Moshe 32, was the active cause of moral discernment, 1 Moshe 3, 1-7, which you might know as Jen, not Moshe, but yeah, Moshe being more of a truer name. Through the wisdom of the sovereign of Israel, yet the reverent will disparage the education as insignificant. Heed it, O my son, with regard for the father's chastisement of the ones making Israel a perdition, or Avedom. So thrust away the rules of your mother, or material matter, glad tidings of Philippus 6:90, the ones making them, Torah 6:20, because you would decline to receive a crown of Yahweh, favour for your head, O Israel, and a collar of gold for around your neck. My son, towards perdition, I have a dome. Do irreverent men lead you astray? So do not consent. If ever errant ones might try to persuade bloodshed, we will lie hidden for the innocent blood cause. Then we will unjust conceal the sovereign, or in brackets I am, of Israel in the earth, indeed the righteous man. Verse 12. So of Yahweh he will engulf his son, just like Sheol, while living, and Israel, in brackets, intact, like the ones descending to the pit. So we may cause to decease the son, the memory of the ear, seen in 2 Moshe 3:14, of Israel from the earth. In brackets here, Yeshua conspiracy. Verse 13. The not very costly property is of the son. Let us take over the rock, so we will fill our houses of Yahweh with the spoils. 2 Moshe 27, Malayahu 21:38. Glad tidings of Keph, you might know as Peter. 3:6, first book of Ephraim and Shania, which you know as first book of Adam and Eve. Verse 48, 7-8. So cast your lot in with the ones not of the sovereign. The ones of Israel among us are unclean. So of the purse of Yahweh we will procure all that is of Israel, though my pouch will become for all of us. 15. My son, excuse me, I think I've got a bit of a blocked up nose. My son, perdition, Avedom, transfers the ones in Israel to a way of their son with nothing of Israel. So you turn away from Yahweh, not away from the foot of the ones making it. The ear of Israel is not Satan of the paths of their son. Verse 16. Because of Yahweh are not the feet, the heel of their son of my Israel, they turn for silver to harm Israel, and speedy to spit out the blood. Yeshayahu 59:7-8, Romans 3:15. Sons of Yahweh, the ones partaking in murder, who keep storing up harms for themselves, but the subversion of the men is not of Yahweh, the harm is of the transgression. Glad tidings of Philippus 68-69. Verse 19. Thus the sheep of Binyaim, or in brackets the son of the right hand, are the ones not of the paths which become of everyone that is not of Satan, or seen in Grader's paths, completing the unjust grain, or in brackets lawlessness, not belonging to the one, Satan, in apostrophes or brackets, in brackets, we'll call them brackets, because the one not of Yahweh belonging to the irreverent is not the one from their own self, the Nefesh in brackets, and they in brackets had cut off. 10:26. Wisdom sings praises to the truth aloud, with the sons of Israel departing, and the ones of Israel within Yahweh. She leads speaking the seed Yahushua. Unreservedly in the column in brackets, Yahushua from Israel and Yahweh. She sits by the portals of empowered ones that are away from Israel and Yahweh. At the gates in the city, her sayings, she cheerfully says. A longer time as whether Yahweh God's ones, Disclosure 14:5, you would know as Revelations, may not hold fast the justification which is of you. They shall not be shamed, but the insolence of the rash ones is not of Yahweh, being the craving of the irreverent, having become haters of acknowledgement. Romans 10:2-3. Chapter 23. Yisrael, in brackets, ye shall have returned from my correction, end bracket, but being rectified they will be made a proof. Look, I shall cause to flow to you, or brackets PL sister, in apostrophes, in brackets, the Virgin of Israel, the saying of my breath to ingest when I shall have taught you, PL again, of Yahweh, the word of the way of mine to ingest, Yahushua. So now I have proclaimed it, Israel, but you would not listen attentively to heed the remnant of my father. They Aviyafa, Aviyathar, and ye have refused it. O Israel, I offer out, in apostrophes, brackets, I don't know what you call them, my hand of the words of Yahweh, but there were none. Of Israel, Satan is to whom we're paying attention. And valid ones, even to ingest the advice of the one not of Yahweh, you refuse to be persuaded to ingest my reproofs, which is why also I will laugh at the testimony, not proceeding from you, and I, Yahweh, will mock it whenever you, I guess PL in brackets must mean people, destruction of the flesh, in brackets object of the dread, comes for your sister, in block brackets, the Virgin of Israel. Israel, whenever should arrive to you, I guess people, PL, I don't know what that stands for, sister, and sudden uproar of your PL object of dread, not Yahweh, and in your testimony, will overturn it likewise like a devastating blast, ready standing by, O Israel. Whenever they might have come upon you, sisters, the distress of the oppression of Israel, whenever in no wise shall there come destruction of the flesh upon you, sister. Verse 28. For the sovereign shall be Yahuwah, wherever ye surname me, but I am Yahweh, your sovereign, who listens to you, who listens to your requests. The wicked of Israel will seek for me, but they are who will not find me, proportionally to how much, in block brackets, they surnamed me. Verse 29, instead, because Yahweh they hated acknowledging, but the wisdom of the one, not Yahweh, is the fear of the ones, not Yahweh, so Satan is to whom they preferred. Verse 13, neither would they consent to bring near to ingest my advice, but they shall have sneered at Yahweh the evening of my one correction. Mattiyahu 7:13-14, Lakwa 13:6-9, Yeshayahu 26:8-14, and also seen in Proverbs 4:5, 5:7-14, 12:1, 13:18, 15:10, 15:32, and 16:17. Verse 31, therefore they shall ingest Yahweh of the way, not from their own, not of the fruits of Israel, so they shall be sated from the lack of reverence, not from themselves. Verse 32, but instead of Israel who they wronged were the naive, they made turn away from Yahweh, they shall be killed. Verse 19, as seen in verse 19, 1 Moshe 9:6, Mattiyahu 26:52, and Disclosure 13:10. And an iniquity of Israel of the arrogant will destroy them. Verse 33, and the last verse. So one without regard for heeding Yahweh of my evening will encamp safely against Israel outside, belonging to the hope of Israel. So he will hold his peace fearlessly, separate from you. Israel become everyone is of the evil one. And that's the end of verse 1. Hope you enjoyed it, and make sure to look up the cross references. And yeah, it looks like quite a good little study. Thank you for watching, and may Yahweh bless you